Hello guys and welcome to another tarot video on my channel. Today we're gonna talk about your dreams, like what your dreams have been trying to tell you recently, like if you had any weird dreams, very realistic dreams, very, I don't know, frightening dreams, emotionally draining dreams. I know at the time that we're filming this video, the last full moon was a full moon in Pisces, and I think many people were very influenced by that emotionally. But I for myself also had like pretty vivid dreams the last night, so I thought maybe this reading would be kind of cool to make. Maybe it's you know, a shared thing that not only I have, but many people may have been having pretty vivid dreams lately. And confusing dreams as well. So I thought I would do a reading about, what your dreams have been trying to tell you recently. So we have three groups today. We have group 1, group 2, and group 3. If you have trouble choosing your pies, just buy cards. I'm gonna put some objects for you there now. Okay, so these are all stones. Like this one is actually one that I brought with me from my last vacation. Some people know about that already. I was in Austria, and yeah, this was one of the rocks that I found there. I'm I have to admit, I like to collect rocks and then they just lay around. I don't know, I found this one pretty cool because it has these kinds of layers there, and I don't know if you can see it, but if you hold it in the right light, it's kind of sparkling a little bit. So I like this one. That one is actually a crystal. This is hematite. I got it from a good friend some years ago, and yeah, this is a stone for group 2, and I think it's pretty cool because it's so reflective and, kind of mysterious, has a mysterious energy to it. And group 3 is also a stone that I brought from Austria, and it has this very shiny silver side on the one hand. It's pretty smooth actually. It's very smooth for like a common rock to be found in the mountains. And yeah, like both sides, even though it's a very edgy rock, it's both sides are very shiny and it has these kinds of orange threads in there, kind of similar to group 1's rock, but different. Anyway, this is group 3's rock. And yeah, if you need more time to choose your pile, you can pause the video right here. If you already know which group you're gonna choose, then you can scroll down to the description box or to the comments and skip right to your group you're reading. And if you want to see which tarot and oracle cards we'll be using today, then you can stick around a little longer. Today we're going to use the Lightseers Tarot by Chris N for the tarot part of the reading, and we have 3 different oracle decks. We have the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell and the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland, and the third one that I really wanted to use again in a reading. No, that's the wrong one. Oh my god, that's the wrong one. Well, give me a second. I wanted to show you the other thing, but it's the Wild Unknown Archetypes Oracle deck by Kim Krantz. Actually, I wanted to show you the guidebook because it's prettier, but I've got it under a pile of Oracle boxes, so I'm not gonna pull it out now because I would take too much time. So yeah, these are gonna be the decks I will be using, and right now I will be seeing you in your reading. Hi group 1 and welcome. If you chose this group or if you chose this mountain stone with the colorful layers, then this is gonna be your reading. I will put you, I don't know, let's put it here for change. Your stone over to the side, and let's take a look at your cards about what your dreams have been trying to tell you recently. Starting with the Lightseers Tarot, we got the Knight of Pentacles as your first card. Then we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. And we have the Six of Swords here. Okay. And let's take a look at your oracle cards. We got Fall into My Arms, Surrender, Holding the Opposites, Extremes of Life. Just having to make sure that you see all the cards. And from the Numerology Oracle deck, we got the New Moon. A new start is coming. Brilliant. And we have the Mountain from the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. The number 33. This is okay. So group 1. I'm so sorry. I want this to look good. Okay, so group 1. What your dreams have been trying to tell you is basically, they basically want to tell you that whatever challenge you might face right now, you gotta move. And it's not that challenging. It's not supposed to be that hard as you may perceive it right now. With the Knight of Pentacles. Let's start with the Knight of Pentacles here. This could be representing you in this case, or this could be representing a figure that keeps appearing in your dreams. It could be like in the form of a spirit guide, or just a person that you might know. Other than a spirit guide, like some, I don't know, like a friend, a colleague, or just maybe even a family member who knows about how you've been, like you may be in contact, like you may recently have been in contact with this person. Knight of Pentacles usually represents someone who is curious, who is ambitious, who like it's a student. Like it's a student who likes to gain new knowledge, new wisdom, but they're usually a bit unable to express their emotions very well because they haven't been, shown how to do that. They're quite in the physical world. And this is why they are Knight of Pentacles, right? And they're also a very slow-moving energy. You can see this person's not even on the horse. They're just kind of walking by feet, like on the feet. Do you see that like that? They're walking on their feet by foot. So it's a slow-moving energy. So this figure could appear in your dreams like in a form of guidance, like someone who wants to guide you somewhere, who wants to show you the way, or it could be in a form, just some knowing feeling that you gotta do something. With the Ten of Cups reversed here, I think what your dreams have been trying to tell you, it's about a very specific situation where you have two options and where you're like facing two extremes in some way. And this Ten of Cups reversed here is telling me that it really, it's really keeping you down right now. It's really not making you happy right now. It's kind of this desperate feeling of not knowing where to go and what to choose, and if it's going to be the right decision, if it's going to be the right thing to do, if it's going to make you happy in the long run. And I think there's definitely something here that has the potential to make you very fulfilled, to bring you a lot of fulfillment. But right now you're completely blocked from any kind of this fulfillment, because just you're focusing too much on the challenge of it. I find it kind of very interesting how this card, if I place it like that, goes over into this. It's kind of cool. And with the Six of Swords, group 1, and this is why I said you gotta move, because the Six of Swords is a card of movement right now. You can see on this card, it's painted like that. There's a woman in a boat, and it's pulled by ravens. And this is usually the image, like a person in a boat, crossing the ocean. And usually there's another person in there, but not in this card. So I think this is a decision that you have to make by yourself, something that you gotta do for yourself. And I think you're kind of not yeah, you're not comfortable about the heaviness of it, the importance of it, the responsibility that comes with it. Whatever we are talking about here, your dreams are trying to tell you that it's okay, that, you know, life feels hard. Okay, life is hard. With Fall Into My Arms, it's kind of like a nudge, a gentle nudge to remember, yes, life is full of extremes. Yes, there's positive, there's negative. There's always a duality to everything, because the positive can't exist without the negative, and the light can't exist without the dark. There's always some sort of duality in everything. And it's okay to be afraid of that, to be threatened by that, or to feel pressured by that, because we come from a source of consciousness that is united. Like in source consciousness, we are all one, and coming to earth and you know, perceiving this life in a form of, you know, being human. It's so full of extremes. You have so much duality, and it's the complete opposite of being one, of this oneness that we come from. And this, of course, is foreign. This, of course, feels uncomfortable. And Fall Into My Arms is basically, you know, the universe saying it's okay to feel that way. It's totally okay to feel that way. If you surrender to it, if you just let it be, go with the flow, basically, then you can figure out your way through that pretty well. And yeah, let's talk about the mountain, because this is interesting. I know that this card, Fall Into My Arms, it's the number 66 in the Starseed Oracle, like the 66th card, and the mountain is the 33rd card, as you can see here, which is interesting. So I don't think it's a coincidence. The mountain is kind of telling us, you know, it can be two ways, okay? There's again the duality to it, because if you stand in front of a mountain, you can either feel inspired, right? You can feel inspired to go up there, to climb up there, to reach new heights, to reach new potential of yourself, to climb, you know, to get to the very top of the mountain. Or you can feel like a little bit lost. You can feel the competition. You can feel you know, this little voice in your head that says, maybe what if I don't make it to the top? What if someone else can't, you know, gets to the top first? What if I am not good enough? What if I'm not strong enough to get there? Yeah. So the mountain can have two meanings to us. It can have two different influences on us. We can react to it in two different ways. And also you can go up at the mountain in two different ways. You can either climb it, or you can, you know, go inside, because you see this little chamber in here, and the person in there, it's kind of like, it's not at the top of the mountain, but in the mountain, because it's in the mountain, you know, or under the mountain, where we find you know, the 10 of Cups, where we find jewels, or we find diamonds, or we find, you know, where the miners are. And everyone who just, you know, reaches the top never goes inside the mountain, never goes to the very core of this challenge of being, of, you know, of the mountain that presents to themselves in their life. They never find the true meaning, the true threshold, basically. They just go the fool's way and climb the top, and then they're standing there, and it's okay, there's a lot of wind up here and a lot of clouds. Nice, what now? You know? So there's always a duality to it. You may be dreaming about mountains, group 1, or you may be dreaming about the sea, because we have the sea also, like here, and we have water in this card and in this card. So could be dreaming about a lake or the sea, or you could be dreaming about climbing a mountain that's insurmountable, or just, you know, wandering in the mountains, being guided by someone maybe, but not knowing the way. It could be something like that. And yeah, but in total, with the new moon card here, new start is coming. The new moon is always, you know, when you can't see the moon, it's a time of darkness, right? It's a time of things being veiled, things being, you know, hidden from you. But it's the time of the greatest potential. This is also the time, you know, when we try to manifest, when we try to set intentions for the new moon cycle. At least some people do that. Not everyone does that, of course, but yeah, it's the best time for that, to set new intentions. And this is a very, very positive card. It's one of the most positive cards in the Moonology deck. It's basically a big yes, and it's basically saying, you know, be positive, because there's a big thing coming your way. There's a new start. There's something good coming your way, basically. One, if you take that, if you go with the flow, and if you don't, you know, if you don't hold yourself like at this place, if you keep moving, if you just start to, you know, to go, if you just set one step after another, like this Knight of Pentacles, you know, you might be moving slow, but that's totally fine. Just move, okay? And it's okay if it's not, you know, instantly leads you to your 10 of Cups, but, you know, in the long run it will. It's not about speed here. It's not about being the best or being the fastest, being the one who, you know, gets the most out of the situation. It's about just going, just enjoying the path, and, you know, going it the right way. Don't go the fool's way. Don't miss the core of the very thing, and don't be afraid of this extremes. Basically, this is what your dreams have been trying to tell you, group one. Yeah, what else? Also, like, if you look at your stone, as I said, this this stone has kind of layers to it. If you see, it has this this white layer. It has some silver. Yes, it's some orange and silver that's kind of you know, changing through and through. It's really interesting to look at this rock. And also, I think this situation or this challenge that you're facing has layers, of course. But you're looking at it from a perspective of fear, okay? And this is what stops you. This is what keeps holding you back. But in this case, it's not only holding you back, it's kind of imprisoning you, okay? Because I think this is kind of the situation where you know, you get scared and you freeze, right? Because I think when people have different reactions to, you know, fear. Some people freeze, some people run, and some people attack. And in this situation, you just kind of freeze, because you think, okay, if I'm doing nothing, then, you know, nothing can happen to me. Nothing bad can happen to me. But what if, group one, what if something good happens? What if, you know, the very thing that you wish for happens? Either way you decide, or either way how you go about it, just go about it. Okay, so this is the message that I have for you, group one. I hope that you liked it. If you don't think that this was your pile, then you're very welcome to go back and choose one of the other groups. I find it quite funny that we have mountain rocks, and, you know, you got the mountain as your archetype card. So yeah, if you like this reading, group one, then make sure to give the video a like. And if you want to see more of my tarot videos, I post tarot videos on every Saturday. I'm gonna link one of them over here for you, so you can check it out. I also do other content on YouTube, like I post you know, some of my music. I play guitar, write songs, you know, do covers. And I also, you know, talk about spirituality a lot, about astrology. I started a series recently about that, you know, how to read your birth chart and how to understand all the things, transits of planets and signs and everything. Yeah, and I also do a little bit of entertainment. So if you want to check out my channel, then you're very welcome to do so. Otherwise, group one, I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you in another reading soon. Goodbye. Hi and welcome, group two. If you chose this hematite, or if you chose this group two, then this is gonna be a reading. I will put your hematite to the side for now, and we'll take a look at your cards for the questions. What have your dreams been trying to tell you recently, group two? first tarot card that we got for you is the Ten of Wands. Then we have the Nine of Cups for you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And my favorite card, the Tower. Number 16. Nice, so we made a corner with you guys. Yeah, let me just quickly align the cards. So it looks good as well. For your Starseed Oracle card, we have Portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild cards. Ah, that's nice. That's nice. Excuse my voice. I've been sleeping till 1 hour ago. And what do you need to release? The Waning Moon from the Monology deck. Okay. And for your unknown archetype, we have the number 21, the Mystic. Ooh, okay. Cool. So, group 2. What have your dreams been trying to tell you? Well, let me tell you. Basically, your dreams are trying to tell you that it's time to move forward, but to leave something else behind. Okay, this is you are kind of reached a peak moment in your life of something really, really major happening, and for you it would be just, you know, like going with it, like this is your path, but there's something that you gotta release in order to really go with it. And this is a great opportunity for you, but it's not gonna give you anything if you didn't do the releasing. This could be any kind of emotional baggage. It could be even a person. It could be, you know, you saying sorry to someone or getting an apologize from someone else. Or if you don't get the apologize, you know, letting this person, or, you know, letting the situation go. Or it could be opinions of other people in general. Yeah, let's start with the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands usually talking about big burdens, very, very big burdens. So at the point in your life at that where you are kind of, you know, carrying so much, you know, get this, I don't know what animal this is. Is it a bison? I don't know. But this animal carries a lot of weight, okay? It carries a lot of baggage, and the girl is as well. And I don't know if they are coming from this mountain or if they're, you know, trying to climb this mountain. Actually, the mountain was a big topic in group number 1, 2. So maybe you want to watch this pile as well. I don't know. And don't mind the siren, please. This is happening at 20 minutes, like very regularly here in my town. So anyway, I don't know if they are coming from this mountain or if they're trying to perch this mountain, but with that much weight, with this baggage that you keep holding on to here, you won't make it up this mountain, basically. Okay, so you can't face the road ahead with this baggage. Yeah, and it's kind of like the last string that your dreams are pulling here, because there's a tower moment lying ahead, group 2. So for you, it's really like the last warnings that this baggage has to go, however it might look, because there's a great not a reward, but a great opportunity in front of you with this Nine of Cups here. And I like that this Nine of Cups, like this energy, is directly over the Mystic, because we'll come to that, but the Nine of Cups is talking about emotional fulfillment, you know, happiness. You can see this is kind of, it's vibrating. It's really radiating happiness. This girl here is like, you know, she's come to this threshold and she's like full of, I don't know, cups. No, she's like reached emotional fulfillment. She's really happy. She's dancing. She's jumping. She is the sun. I don't know how to describe this card anymore. It's kind of like, you know, very, very vibrant. And, you know, the universe wants you to have this. Maybe you've been manifesting it, you worked for it, but I think it's more of a, you know, thing that inevitably had to come your way, inevitably had to happen this way, because it was just meant to be on your path. If you have manifested it or not, group 2, it doesn't really matter, but it's something that has to happen. So you're just meant to go with the flow here, basically. You're just meant to be, you know, doing whatever you are doing right now. But you can, at this point, you can't go far further without releasing something first. And with the portal here, group 2, I think this is a time, that's why I was saying, you know, great potential at the other end, because the portal is talking about something very big. You know, doors are opening. This is kind of the moment where everything is possible, and you got it in your hands what you want to manifest, what you want to achieve. And yeah, it's kind of that. It's kind of this wild card, because you're not restricted by anything here. If you release this thing, whatever it is, if it's emotional baggage, if it's a connection to a person that's, you know, that's not good for you anymore, if it's an apology, if it could be something material, but I don't get it as something material here right now. It's very, no, I don't think it's something material. So if you're talking about releasing something, it could also be some, you know, a job, or it could be, you know, hometown that you're leaving behind, or it could be, what else? I don't know. A habit, or some kind of safety that you build for yourself. But I get it as more as a, you know, emotionally attaching kind of thing, like something emotionally influenced here. So with portals, it's very, very important for you to know that there's big potential for you to achieve something here in this situation. There's a big ass threshold at the other end, at the other side of this mountain, you know. But if you can't release this baggage, basically, this is what your dream's been trying to tell you, then, you know, this tower moment is gonna come, and they're gonna destroy your baggage, or they're gonna destroy the mountain. Like, anything is possible here, but they can't let you walk this mountain, you know, walk up this mountain with all this baggage, because it can't happen here. This is not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to be that way. Group 2, with the Mystic, this card is very, very interesting to me in this spread, because the Mystic is kind of like a light worker, and they are, you know, perceived most of the times as very flattery, as very airy. They're kind of like a social butterfly. They're a daydreamer. They're not here, not there. They're not very to the ground, you know, very on the ground. But it's actually not like that. The Mystic, as a light worker, they have to face the greatest darkness in order to, you know, reflect the brightest light back to the world. If you can see this moth, basically it's a moth, it's supposed to be a moth. They are in complete darkness, but around them they're just shining off this bright light, this white bright light. And you have this center of fire here, which basically tells you, every mystic that sits in the dark, they're facing the dark, they're embracing the dark, and they work with the dark. They have to build a connection to fire, to the light, to do their work. And I think it's interesting that this card is directly under the Nine of Cups, which is also like, in her chest, it's also this kind of energy, this radiating energy of light here. So yeah, I think your dreams, at this point, I think it's more of a warning than actual, other kind of messages, basically saying, if you don't walk on, if you don't go on without this baggage, if you don't release that something here, then it will be taken from you. Either that or this opportunity will be taken from you. Something is gonna happen, this light is then gonna, this lightning basically is gonna come then from the outside. And it's gonna, yeah, like something has to go here. It's either the baggage or it's the mountain. Something has to go. And right now it's still in your hand, group 2. Right now you are the one who holds this wild card right now. And you may be dreaming about portals or doors, or you could also be dreaming about, thunder and lightning. I wanted to say thunder or lightning, and then I came out thunding. That is not a word. That is not a word. And yeah, also I think because it's interesting, you chose the hematite, and the hematite is also very dark, very reflective. It reflects light, but it's in itself very dark. Also reminds me of the mystic here. So you could be a light worker, group 2. You don't have to be, of course. Could be a fire sign as well, like we're talking Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius. Yeah. You could also be dreaming about, some kind of threshold here. Wanting to search for something but not finding it, or you find it and then it's taken away from you. Something like that. But let's talk about the waning moon. The waning moon is, this is why this card is, full of snow. It's like a wintry card. The waning moon is kind of the winter of everything, the autumn and winter of everything, when the time between the full moon and the new moon, where everything is fading and you have to think about what you have to release in order to, start at the new moon cycle, the new moon, like completely new. And it makes me think of that song. I have been listening to this song on repeat in the last couple of days. How's it called? Meet Me on the Equinox. It's on the Twilight soundtrack. I've known this song for so long. I think the band is called Death Cab for Cutie or something. And basically in the song, the bridge is kind of going, the window, an open tomb, the sun crawls across your bedroom, and then it goes a halo, the waning moon, your last breath smoothing through you, and it's kind of, and then it goes as everything ends. So it's kind of saying that with the waning moon, it's a time to release, and everything ends, and it's okay that everything ends, because then something else is going to start new. Okay, this song is very, it embraces this kind of ending and new start thing. And it's funny because when I looked up the lyrics recently, because I wanted to be sure it's the waning moon, because I was so happy that I discovered that, it's everywhere it says like waiting room or waiting moon. And I just like, the song is literally called Meet Me on the Equinox. It's a song about the moon, and it's, it's just, it tells, it talks about the sun, and it talks about halo. Why should it be talking about a waiting room? Wouldn't make any sense. I mean, what? So I think it's definitely the waning moon that they're singing about there. Anyway, group 2. I really want to know what this baggage is for you. It feels like something, for example, this is a very specific example here, but if you, for example, want to move to another town, or you want to study a certain thing, a certain area, I don't know, liberal arts, for example, is the first thing that came to mind, and someone is not really agreeing with you. Someone is saying, this is not what you should study. Maybe your parents are afraid it's not going to be the thing for you. It's not going to be the one thing that's going to make the most money. It's not going to be, it's just not what they have envisioned for you to that you would study, group 2. That's a very specific example. But in that case, you would kind of have to leave that opinion behind, and also leave that feeling behind that you kind of owe anyone an explanation for that. Okay, you don't have to study a certain thing because someone else wants that, or your parents want that. Okay, so they don't decide about your life path, they don't decide about the thing that you want to do, and they don't decide about your, your goals. And they don't have the right, even though they raised you. It's kind of weird now, it's getting awkward, but yeah, basically, you don't have to owe anyone an explanation. And you are your own person. You make your own decisions, you make your own life goals, etc. And yeah, don't step back because of anyone saying that they rather would see you somewhere else, or they rather would have you somewhere else. You really have to think of yourself right now, group 2, because this situation holds so much potential. And if you continue the way that you've been going at that without releasing whatever holds you back here, then it's not gonna work out. I have to tell you that, sadly, and your dreams have been trying to tell you that as well. Okay, so group 2, this was, I don't know, it's gotten more heavy than I expected, but it was kind of hard to tell through the second part of your reading. So group 2, this is what I have for you. If you don't think that this was your pile, you can go back and choose another one if you want to, maybe group 1, I don't know, but the matter topic was there as well. If you like this video, then make sure to give the video a like. And if you want to see more tarot from mine, I post every Saturday a tarot reading. I'm gonna link one of them over here for you to check it out. And I also do other things on YouTube as well, like putting music on there, some covers and my own music, and I also talk about spirituality, astrology, and entertainment as well. So if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. And for now, I wish you a wonderful day, group 2, and goodbye. Hi, group 2, 3. Oh my god, that's great. Hi, group 3. If you chose this, yeah, this shiny big ass mountain rock, then this is gonna be a reading. Group 3, I'm so sorry. Yeah, we start with your tarot here, and then we take a look at your oracle cards about what your dreams have been trying to tell you recently. It's too early in the morning. Your tarot card, your first tarot card, is the Page of Cups, group 3. Pretty awesome. Then we got the Hermit in reverse. Got a major arcana here. Nice. And we got the Ten of Swords. Okay. As your third tarot card. And for your Starseed oracle card, we got Hiraeth, I think. Hiraeth. Longing for home. Homesick for the stars. Hiraeth. Gosh. And we got the Mutable Moon. Nothing is yet set in stone for your Monology card, group 3. And for your World Unknown archetype, we have the number 37, the Desert. That's interesting. Okay, so let me just very quickly reorganize those cards so it looks better. Okay, so group 3. What your dreams have been trying to tell you. So there is a certain situation in your life. It could be related to your love life with the Page of Cups here. It doesn't have to be. It can also be related to any kind of emotional relationship, which would be any relationship really, but it could also be relating to friendship or some kind of other relationship that you have with someone. But for most of you, it would be some kind of romantic relationship here. That is, that you think is not looking very well for you right now, a certain situation. And your dreams are basically trying to tell you that the outcome of this situation is not certain. So to not worry before you even know what's gonna happen, basically. This is what your dreams have been trying to tell you in general. So let's get into it. With the Page of Cups here, this is like, for me, the hint of what we are talking about. This is why I said, it could be related to a romantic relationship, to some kind of romantic, love interest. I don't know, someone that you're seeing or want to see, a crush maybe, or it could be a friend that we're talking about. This Page of Cups is very dreamy. If you take a good look at it, like this person couldn't be more dreamy. Like this guy, he has rainbow hair, he has all these, little symbols here. I think some of them are astrology, symbols from astrology. Then you have flying pig here. I don't know why this guy is kind of flying over there. He's twice in this card, and you got this little heart symbol with these two hands here. So a very dreamy Page of Cups, also relating to dreams, right? So this is why I said it could be related to your love life, group 3. And I think right now what's happening is that you have projected some kind of fear, some kind of outcome into the future that you don't want to see, or you have some worries, some anxiety about a certain situation, or there has been an argument and now you kind of try to figure out what's going to happen. But this projection into the future is kind of weighing you down a little bit too much with the Ten of Swords here. You have started to isolate yourself, or you have been planning to isolate, to step back from the situation, and your dreams trying to tell you that you shouldn't. It's not because this situation has caused you pain and is causing you pain for the wrong reasons. Okay, it's kind of not, it's not meant to be challenging, it's not meant to be hard, it's not meant to be feeling bad right now. This is basically your mind kind of being too, trying to protect you, but it's kind of just hurting you right now. With the Hermit reversed here, that's why I'm saying, your dreams are trying to tell you that you shouldn't be isolating yourself, you shouldn't be stepping back from the situation, too early, too quickly. But there's a lot more meaning here, actually. There's a lot more to unpack than just that. Group 3 with, we have a lot of recurring symbols here, a lot of recurring metaphors. You have the desert here, you have the desert there, you have, this isolation here, you have the isolation in this card, you have the waning moon here, you have the waning moon there. There's the sea, there's also the sea. So a lot of recurring things. So you could have been dreaming about, things that, you could have been having recurring dreams, for example. You could have been dreaming about the sea, the desert, being stuck in the desert, just being alone. I think being alone is a very important topic here in your dreams as well as in real life. Because so looking at these two cards, group 3, Ouuh is the first that came out, right? Actually, it reminds me, I think 3 months or 5 months ago or so, if I went on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, there was this one audio that everyone would be using for their videos, just kind of telling about, I discovered a pretty word, it's called Ouuh, and it's like, yes, I got it. It's a pretty word, but, I don't care. And they put the dumbest videos over this audio. I don't know. It was annoying me. Ouuh is actually Welsh, and it's, it's hard to translate, but the basic translation would be some kind of homesickness, longing for a place that you can't return to because you don't know where this place is. And in this case, in this card, it's kind of talking about, when you feel homesick, but not for home, but for some place where you feel safe. And this is why some people try to, start to travel the world for looking for a place that feels similar to this home that they've been missing. But it's not on Earth because they've been missing the stars, for example, or they've been missing the home from another life, or they've been missing another planet. I don't know. Some people still remember this home that they once had, and it's been carried through several lifetimes. And you could experience something like this, group 3, or I could just relate to, you know, feeling isolated, feeling alone, basically feeling not at home but feeling alone, which is also the desert is talking about. This card, the desert, when you think of the desert, it's a very lonely place, right? It's a very brutal place because there's no water inside. You have just the sand and the heat, and you have this duality. Like, you have this black sand and you have this very red sky, which looks kind of threatening to me, to be honest. And as I said, you have this theme of the desert recurring in the Ten of Swords here, just telling me, you know, this isolation, it's not good for you because it's just hurting you. And the desert is right under the Hermit card, so it's kind of telling me maybe you've been dreaming about the desert, as I said, but it's something like this isolation, it's not good for you. Very interesting, because the last video I've seen on Instagram, just to stay with the topic, was by Tia1, and she was talking about that isolation is actually, we isolate and we feel good by ourselves when we are alone only because we feel unsafe with people. And actually humans are not meant to be alone. Like, we are meant to feel good with people. We are meant to, you know, wanting to be with people. And being alone is actually not what we are supposed to do, you know, what we're supposed to like. It's just it's a relational problem, and it's a problem with relationships, an issue that we have. And if it, you know, if this is related to a romantic situation, to a love interest, to a situation, like a relationship that you have with someone that you like or that likes you, or both, right? It's kind of saying, you know, there's an issue that you might not be working on here. And it's caused you, or it's gonna cause you, if you are not careful, to isolate yourself, to step back from a situation, to step into this desert. And this is not gonna help you. This is the opposite of what you're meant to do, group 3. And this is what your dreams are trying to warn you about. Because you can't project anything in the future. You can't project that this person is gonna hurt you. You can't project that, you know, in the end you're alone, for example. Nothing is yet set in stone. With the mutable moon, if you know something about astrology, there also in astrology 4 mutable zodiac signs, and I think it's Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Virgo, I think. If you're interested in that, by the way, I have recently started an astrology series on my channel where I talk about those things, you know, zodiac signs, about the planets, about birth chart, reading birth chart in general. So if you're interested in that, you can visit my channel. I have a playlist with this astrology series. It's, I think, 2 parts up until now, but I'm gonna make more in the future. And yeah, what I'm just trying to say is mutable means changing. It means adapting. It means open for change. So if you have a mutable moon, like when the moon is in one of those signs that are mutable, it just means that the situation you're in right now is open for greater change than, you know, than before, or than after the moon has, you know, moved on to be in another sign. I don't know which sign the moon is in right now. You can look it up in the internet, of course. But the waning moon is also here on this card, right? It's also been in group 2, by the way, so if you felt drawn to group 2 as well, maybe take a look at this pile. The waning moon is, you know, the state between the full moon and the new moon, so it's kind of like, what do you need to release, was the question in group 2. And I think in this case it's pretty obvious what you have to release. It's kind of this fear, this anxiety of being alone, and it's also that the thing that you do where you kind of want to know the ending before the start even happens. And this is causing you to isolate in some kind of situation that we have here. And it's bringing you pain, only pain in this case. You're kind of alone in this desert and you want to thrive there, but you can't, because it's just, for you, it's not a place where you can thrive in. It's just, it's hot, there's sand everywhere, there's no water, you're thirsty, you're hungry, you want to sleep, but it's too hot and it's too it's just kind of threatening all the way. So you might be dreaming about deserts, I said that already, right? Or just being alone in general. Like anywhere in your dreams, you might just be having this feeling of being alone. You might even have the feeling of being watched, but generally feeling alone. And group 3, this is kind of just, it's not really a warning, but you know, for you, projection into the future. What's gonna happen if you project into the future? Like what's gonna happen to you when you know, continue doing that, if you start doing that, not giving the situation a chance, but trying to react to how the situation is going to end before it even ended or even started, even, you know. Having a fear of people, having the fear of being hurt by people or not feeling safe in a situation, that is okay. But that's something you gotta look at, basically. It's not something you have to fix because it's not broken, like there's nothing wrong with you. It's just something that has a reason, something that you should look at. It's about, yeah, it's about working with those issues. And even if, I mean, there's a lot of vulnerability involved here, I know that. And I get you, group 3, because I've been dealing with similar problems, so I get you. But we all have to do that. We all have to look at our problems with our relational issues, because if we want to be in a relationship, any kind of relationship, not only romantic ones, but also friendships, the relationships that we have with our family, those problems, they're gonna come up and we're gonna be triggered like till the end of our life if we don't look at them, if we don't deal with them, we don't change the way we look at them, basically. So my advice would be just give the situation a chance and don't project anything that you don't know, okay? And it's okay to feel alone sometimes, but don't isolate yourself because of it, and don't step from situation just because you fear that something might happen, if it's, you know, if it hasn't happened yet. Be vulnerable. Even if it scares you, it's gonna be less hurtful than what you are doing to yourself right now, what you're gonna do to yourself right now if the streams wouldn't have been warning you. It's just a translation, right? So yeah, this is what I have for you, group 3. I hope you liked this reading. If you don't think it was your pile, go back and choose another one if you want to. As I said, group 2 had similar topics with the waning moon here. And yeah, right now I wish you a wonderful day, group 3. If you want to check out some of my other tarot reviews, I'm gonna link one of them over here for you to check out. You know, post tarot reviews every Saturday, but I also talk about spirituality on my channel, about astrology. I do a little bit of entertainment, and I post also my music there. Like I do write my own songs, and I do covers of others. Ha, that rhymes. It wasn't supposed to rhyme. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out on anything. Yeah, and I hope to see you in another reading soon, group 3. Goodbye.